There's now a lot of grassroots calls I see online for a Charlie Kirk Act. Remember, this is something the right always does, is they name an act after a martyr of their culture kampf, their culture war. They had the Laken Riley Act, a woman who was murdered by a Venezuelan migrant. And the Laken Riley Act, it was an attack on due process. And it allows us to report any migrant who we may suspect of a crime, and requires law enforcement to jail them and sequester them from society without any due process, which is unconstitutional. The Charlie Kirk Act that's being pushed online is an attack on media independence and will do a lot of what the Biden administration was doing to online media, which is to censor and punish any media organization or individual who's accused of mis or disinformation. And so the right is basically picking up where the Biden administration left off, just directing it against their enemies. I don't think that will be the form that such an act takes, but I expect some kind of Charlie Kirk Act to take place. I expect the investigation that the FBI is carrying out to be incomplete, just as the investigation of the young man who shot Donald Trump, what was his name, Matthew, the Butler shooting, the Butler PA shooting. It feels like that was shut down. Ryan Routh, the shooter who was the would-be shooter at Mar-a-Lago, who was recruiting for the Ukrainian Foreign Legion in Kiev and who had meetings on Capitol Hill. We don't hear about that anymore. So I expect them to try to sort of bury any uncomfortable or inconvenient facts there. And then finally, I think there will be a push to label Antifa as a terrorist organization. The same way that the British state and British intelligence have labeled Palestine Action an anti-war group that has never harmed a single person, which was carrying out direct action against Israeli defense facilities, has been proscribed as a terrorist organization in the UK.